I swear that's never happened to me before. I don't even know what to say about movies anymore. I feel like it's been so long since I've seen a movie that I really enjoyed, like a movie that stayed with me. I don't know. Ghostbusters. We saw Ghostbusters, Frozen Empire, and I will stand by the fact that I think this Ghostbusters, what I assume will be a trilogy, this sort of reboot trilogy, is in the world that we live in of reboots, holds up. I mean, it's much better than I don't know, the other things out there. I don't know if that's necessarily like a giant compliment, but it's good. I mean, I think what it does well, and I'm speaking kind of a review of both of these, but they felt like different movies. I think the beginning of the first one had a really cool, different tone to it, kind of a cool, different sense of direction. And in this one, it wasn't trying to be as serious, I feel like, in the beginning. I don't know. I think there's elements of it that are really good. There's really cool modern stuff, and they do a lot of fan service, but I think they do it pretty well. They're pretty aware of it's kind of self-aware fan service, so it works. It's a little cheesy, but so is the original Ghostbusters. You know, the original Ghostbusters is a little bit cheesy, and 80s babies are going to recoil in fear when I say that I don't really like the original Ghostbusters all that much, and it's very childhood nostalgic to me because I watched it a lot as a kid because it was at the library, and we rented it a lot and we watched it a lot, and even though I have a childhood connection to it, I think what I have always had an issue with it, because as a kid I was really into everything mysterious, Loch Ness monsters, UFOs, and ghosts, and at the time I think why I didn't like it was because I like how spooky and mysterious ghosts were, and Ghostbusters kind of makes the ghosts sort of silly and goofy and fun and sort of character-y, and so I don't know, I think I hold a certain resentment a little bit to this day about that. So I'm just prefacing by saying Ghostbusters is not really a franchise that I have some real kinship or protection over. So I think there's actually, like, you know, aside from the classic comedy and the classic 80s and all the things that make the original Ghostbusters classic, I don't think that there's anything like that you really need to carry on and do with Ghostbusters. I think it's okay now to recycle the idea, you know, and make it more spooky and scary. Like, I would almost love to see a Ghostbusters kind of with a horror tone. And the reason I'm saying that is because there was a little bit of a taste of that in the second one that I liked. The antagonist, the sort of evil main ghost of this movie, was so good. The design of it was like right up my alley. It was super cool. The sort of power that he held was super cool. The, you know, all the lore about how he's a god and the way he got powerful and what he means to history was really cool. But then they sort of didn't do much with him. They're like, oh, here's the monster, and now he's dead. And the amount of screen time was like, I feel like 15 minutes, 20 minutes from introduction to destruction. And I feel like that was a little bit of a waste. But, you know, again, that's my personal take of it. I think that these three held up the comedy of the whole movie. Didn't really care about any of the rest of the characters. The mom, I find to be an incredibly annoying character, and I remember finding her to be incredibly annoying in the first one. But overall, my issue is like all of the characters in general, I didn't really care all that much about them. I just didn't care about the storylines. There's like a conversation between the main character and this ghost girl and this relationship, and the whole sort of dynamic of the third act is, you know, what makes the third act happen is around this relationship between these two characters, and I just didn't care. So I don't know if that was maybe different. I just felt a little bit from the beginning of this movie, as soon as it started, it was just like, all right, you know, like I don't know, it's a movie. It's fine, it's good, it's worth seeing. If you like Ghostbusters, then see it in theaters. If you like the first one, see it in theaters. If you don't really care about Ghostbusters, then just obviously don't watch it. It's not bringing anything to the table. I guess it's kind of cool to still see Bill Murray and Dan Aykroyd still 100 years old doing their thing, and they still hold their presence on screen. But yeah, I don't know. Anything else that I can say about this movie is sort of just me being a broken record about reboots and recycling ideas and rebooting franchises, because so much of it is just held on the fact of, hey, remember how good the first one is? Like, I feel like it's so rare to see one of these reboots, with the exception of maybe like Batman, but there's not even an original to really stand on. It's a concept. It's a bigger ethos of a story. It's not a single movie or something. And so all of these movies that they're rebooting are just sort of like the marketing relies on the fact that you loved the first one, so now you're going to go see the second one. And that's even the same thing with the new Beetlejuice coming out. I think it looks cool. It's got a lot of the same actors and things, but and it's even got Tim Burton directing it, but it's like, it's going to be more fan service. It's going to be more, remember how much you loved the first one. The marketing's all going to be around, remember how much you loved the first one. So, I don't know. I think I need to see some different movies. We just like to go to the theater, and frankly, when it comes down to the movies that I've seen in the theater, I'm either unimpressed with their kind of story. I'm just generally kind of unimpressed with movies in theaters right now. I'm ready. I think we're at the end of a sort of era of theater going experiences and movies, and I'm ready. Like it's like I was talking about the other day with the seasons. It's like, I'm ready. Let's just go. Let's do something new. And I've only seen a handful. Yeah, I don't know. Whatever. Ghostbusters. I'd give it a 6 out of 10.